Welcome, welcome, welcome to Energy Conscious. Let's light up a candle and create together the intentions that go with today's class. All right, so this week we are starting something. Ooh, okay, I got hit by the energy. Today and next week we are going through the Queen of Cups. So it's something new, the fact that we are working with one card over 2 weeks. And I'm so excited because it means that this is deep work, this is big work. Right now, we're only women in this circle, and all of the people that are going to watch this video as I'm recording it and channeling your energy are women. So even though we're not working based on gender when we're working with court cards, I wanted to speak about things that might might happen in your life when you are within a body that is born female and that does understand energy in a certain way, because even though the construct of gender is something very fluid, I want to speak today about the actual physical body, and I think it's interesting to connect intuition and receptivity with the Queen of Cups. So let me present the card. The card of the Queen of Cups is always about someone who's, as you can see, someone is watching over a cup. The cup is filled with a liquid, a water, which might mean emotions and feelings, and she's deeply gazing at it, and she's sitting on that throne, so it means that she's sovereign, that she is ruling over something. She's ruling over that cup, she's ruling over herself and her feelings. And that's what I want to say with this over the next 2 weeks, is the fact that we might be feeling things, we might be, watching what we're feeling and being very receptive to those things, and starting to also look at people who do this for themselves. And while this is so interesting and so needed that we are now part of, I don't want to say the mainstream, but more and more in my work and my industry, and so in my life, I see people being very deeply in tune with what's happening around them, what's happening around others, and they're able to deliver some kind of message, some kind of receptivity, some kind of things. And even I am one of those people. And while that is interesting and important, that we make it kind of normal and that we kind of create ways in which we can become perceiving and create understandings of our own emotions, and maybe how the human mind and the human heart are working, or even just the human energy field. When you're listening to me or when you're listening to others, I really want first and foremost for you to understand what you are feeling, and that whatever I say, if it does not resonate, just don't take it. Like, I am aware that some of the people that I work with are kind of putting on me the authority and the sovereignty of doing certain things, when I will never know as much as they are knowing about their own situations. You have a sovereignty, you have something that I will never be able to grasp. So, when you kind of seek, not even authority, but when you seek other people's reception of, when you consult with a tarot reader, for example, or those things, you have to still catch yourself and check yourself and see if you are actually resonating with those things, and if you're not giving your power away. And then with those things, how can you lead a life, in 2020, in this new decade, in this new thing? Because all of this knowledge, all of this thing, we are energy, we have intuition, yes, we have guides, all of these things is great, but it's new. It's new to you, it's new to us, it's new to a lot of people. So maybe if you've had this kind of knowledge and this kind of life for 10 years, it's still new to your genes, it's still new to your family, to your ancestry. the fact that we know that becoming conscious and all those, this is new, this is so new, and it can be very disrupting when life is happening and when things continue to unravel, but you're understanding things at a level that is super attuned perception. Sometimes you actually need to rest, sometimes you actually need to, you know, kind of soothe all of those receptions, all of the things that receive the information all of the time. You need to find a way and listen to yourself beyond the words, beyond the text, beyond the all of the rules, all of those things about energy. You have to find ways to know when those things are actually truth and when those things are becoming rules that could be unforgiving, and kind of criticizing yourself with data and information that you've heard from me or other people, and it's not allowing you to live. So I'm kind of, you know, restoring and trying to make that space where what you are feeling in the moment, what you are perceiving, is something that will always denotate whether something fits or doesn't. And how can you have compassion for yourself when you're not doing the work of all of those things, you know, perceiving and all those things. With those sessions, my life is becoming the lesson. My week before the session is a master download and a master unfolding of events that I'm guided to share with you, because this is how each card is unfolding. So yesterday I had a really difficult night, and it was a very difficult set of events. And even though I have all the tools for me to kind of feel better in that situation, I didn't want to work at feeling better. I didn't want to be productive by assessing my feeling and looking into them and perceiving and getting the answer and all those things. I had a difficult moment, so what I needed was to tune out, and it was to watch a few movies or to, you know, consider different ways of, you know, entertainment, because perceiving the feelings is great, but sometimes you just need the time to digest it. And before we started this video, I got all the lessons downloaded, put into those chapters, and it was to tell you, to create spaces in which you can just be, instead of, you know, maybe journaling, maybe doing tarot, maybe understanding what is going on with the astrology so that you can feel better and find a solution. Sometimes we just cannot work out and find a solution. Sometimes it's not about, you know, doing the healing. It's just about sitting with what's happened and seeing what will, you know, happen within the next days, in order to kind of let you go back up and stand up again. Sometimes you've fallen and you can stay on the ground a little bit. And I'm not saying you can or you should. I'm saying please be compassionate with yourself. This is not the hamster wheel, the rat race, the productive capitalism, because the healing kind of scene can be sometimes like this, like, oh, you've got to do shadow integration. Oh, you've got this going on. You have pain on your knee. This knee means that. And I'm the first one to share those knowledge, because it's very interesting and it's something that helps you. But sometimes you also need just the rest, just the whew. So this is what I want to bring light on. This is the reflections that I want to bring with the Reiki that I'm going to do today. So it has to do with the throat. So again, the throat, it's kind of this putting yourself into action, putting yourself into action, putting yourself into action. Oh, all of my emotions are becoming a responsibility, and I've got to work on it, and I've got to check myself out to see if there's an energy that needs to be removed. Well, no, sometimes it's all about just talking it out with a friend, or maybe talking it out with yourself, or maybe not talking it out and deciding that you don't want to share, because sharing is actually, it's actually work. And just seeing where this leads you. So I'm going to just tune in right now with your energy. I'm going to receive what's happening. I am seeing the cup itself, the Queen of Cups, the cup itself, and how to ground that cup into just being. Healing the cup itself, that is the receptivity, the thing that is not asking to, work the liquid out. It's just holding it, being receptive. Okay, I see it now. This whole talk was about being active, about the reception. Sometimes we just need to be receptive and not into the action of what we do with what we receive. Okay, I'm just letting you connect to your cup. Visualize it, hold it in this cup. Can we together watch and reflect on what is inside of that cup? What's happened to you within the last week, the last month, the last couple of years? And just let it sit. And not being like proactive, yeah, I'm doing, this and I'm gonna do that about that. Just whoa, the growth, the healing, all of the things I've done, and all the space that I'm able to take, and all of the things that I'm able to receive now. Like, let's see what's happening there. Yeah, so having a writing prompt and just letting the energy flow, having the energy prompt of writing everything that you see in that cup right now. Letting your throat chakra express to itself. You don't need to tell others, but maybe you just need to tell yourself to perceive, to see it. And if you are not ready to do it, we are doing it next week, and you have the whole week of, watching this video later. There's nothing that is forced on you. Please trust the timing, trust your timing. Check in with yourself first. Am I ready? Am I ready to write it down, to feel it out, to perceive it? Or maybe, am I perceiving too much? And how can I give myself spaces in which I tune out and I just rest? And I know that not all the things are my responsibility. That yes, I am helped, and that sometimes I don't have all the answers. The answers are gonna come with time. It's easy, there's a lot of rest, a lot of comfort in having all of the different tools of having tarot and having different things, because we get the answers. Finally, we have the answers. But sometimes the answers are putting us into action mode, into, okay, yeah, this is what's going on, so this is what you should do about it. Whereas before, when we had the questions, we had the reflection, we had the time out, we had the knowing that an answer with clarity was going to come later on. So allowing you to still have those moments that your psyche needs, that your heart needs, that yourself needs. So slowing down. This week we need to slow down. Rest, perceive, acknowledge. See what's there, feel what's there. I'm being guided to just hold the cup, so that's what I'm doing. Visualizing, I'm helping you with the Reiki, but I'm not doing the usual movements. I'm holding the cup, and if you can hold your cup as well, if that helps. I just need to feel out the the borders, the cup holders, the texture of the cup itself. Healing the cup itself, not especially what's inside, but the receiving cup, the holy grail, the heart, what the heart is feeling, what the body, the vessel. Our body is a cup of energy. We're just recycling all of the data, the energy that's happening all of the time with the physical, emotional, etheric, causal body, all of the different layers that our aura is, functioning as. We're always receiving and translating, interpreting. We sense, then we have a feeling, then we have an emotion, then we have a reaction, and that reaction has outcomes. The outcomes is another set of data that is being sensed, felt, and has an emotional reaction and an outcome. Yeah, we just need to rest sometimes. I can see many of you are getting activations on your crown and your third eye. So you are actually receiving higher levels of being conscious. So this session will help you to feel better, to feel help. Before this session, I was guided to, have just a candle, no external lighting, and to make chamomile tea. And I see the answer I haven't done that in a few weeks. Chamomile is a plant that helps your nervous system to really open. It's a nervine plant. So the effects of chamomile is really just to soothe everything, to soothe the nervous system. And the nervous system goes through the throat, goes through the solar plexus. So me drinking it was also giving you this energy right now, giving this session the energy of chamomile. So I'm going to draw the symbol that I got from chamomile a few months ago, and I'm giving it to you now. We entered Aquarius season, a new zodiac part of the wheel, and it's an earth sign. We haven't had an earth sign being ruled, being crossed by the sun in 3 months. Last time was October. So, there's a lot of mental activity, and what helps and what has helped me since yesterday, quite unconsciously, but I noticed it, is really breathing in. Breathing exercises, going back to the body, breathing in air, connecting your nose, your lungs, your throat. So let's continue to do this as I'm doing the Reiki for us. Just breathe in and out. it feels incredible. I hope you helped yourself by feeling it, just feeling what's the cup doing, thanking it, appreciating it. You are wonderful every day to do this job, to process the world quite consciously and unconsciously. Give yourself the spaces within the week, but also within your life, to just appreciate and feel and to listen. Really listen what's happening inside. Alright, I'm closing it back up, closing your aura back up, closing the crown and the third eye back up to what it was, what it is the best for you right now. Not closing your chakras, I'm closing the access from me to you. I'm closing me accessing your chakras so that your energy stays yours within all of this week until you watch this video again or you connect with me again. Thank you so much. Do this exercise as much as you want to, as much as you need to. I cannot wait to see what this card gives us next week as we work with it again. I want to say thank you for being here, thank you for being in this project, in this collective with me. I look forward to, to the next weeks, the next month, and yeah, I also have other things going on, so if you want to check my Twitter, my Instagram, my website, I'm starting a new course called Altar, where I'm going through different channelings and work and teaching you how your body is an altar to devotion to your own growth. And yeah, I'm very excited by what it's been going, what it's been turning up to. So that's on patreon.com/Capucine, so you can check that out. And yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna send you the email now. Have a wonderful week. Take care of yourself.